Hey there, I'm Ken. This is Canadian Retro Things. Have you ever wondered what an 8-bit picture would look like in real life? Well, today we are going to go out and we are going to find a piece of art that looks like an 8-bit picture brought to real 3D life. Why am I doing this, you may ask? Well, that's simple. For those of you that know me and know my channel a little bit, you'll know that I have owned and operated a coffee shop for the last few years, 5 years to be exact, and it recently closed. Well, one thing I learned from doing that is that sitting behind a desk or standing behind a counter making coffee 14 to 15 hours a day, 7 days a week, you don't get a lot of exercise. So I thought to myself, well, I really have to get out there and start walking. What's a good excuse to go walking? Go see things. Hey, I have a YouTube channel. Why not film the things I'm going to see, make it relevant to the channel, and then it really forces me to get out there and get some exercise and get into better shape. So that's what I'm doing. So let's grab my gear and head out the door, and we'll go and I'll show you the route right here that we're going to be taking. We are going to be starting at the Coquitlam Central Station. We're going to be getting onto the SkyTrain and following it all the way down here, through all of this, right up to the Commercial Broadway Station, where we will be switching over to a different train, taking it in, all the way into here by Canada Place, which is close to where we want to be, and then we're going to go by foot from there. Okay, so here we are at the Coquitlam Central train station. We're about to get on the SkyTrain to head downtown. So, it's coming up right behind me. Let's jump on there and so we are at the Commercial Broadway Station doing a quick little train switch. So we have to go from the train way down here to a train way up there. So that's a couple stories up. So we got some steps to take. One of the interesting things about the SkyTrain in Vancouver is that it's all called a SkyTrain, but there is a good portion of it from here on that is actually underground. So it's an underground SkyTrain. And there we are. Now we are one story above the street from one story below. So you can see if possibly way down there is where we just came from. Now we're gonna go over there and catch a train. Alright, so we have reached the end of the line at the waterfront station, and we are getting off now, and we are walking down the Seawall to our destination. You may notice I'm using a little bit of a different camera because underground, this camera on my cell phone works way better than my action camera. because it gets a little grainy really fast as long as this camera works, as long as I don't move around too quickly. So one of the interesting things about the underground passages here in Vancouver is that you can actually walk a lot of the underground area without ever going upstairs. So right now what we are doing is we're going into this food court here, underground to the Canada Centre. So let's go that way. And as you walk through these underground passages, there is a lot of history that they have on display. All of these old photos of what downtown Vancouver used to look like. And these are just some of the photographs. So if you're visiting downtown Vancouver, I do suggest wandering around, exploring. Even the underground areas have a lot to offer. All right, well, we are now back outside of Canada Place. So what we have to do is walk over there to the convention center, around to the other side of it. And if you don't know it, Canada Place here is where all of the tourist ships and whatnot dock. So if you're taking a cruise to Vancouver, you're going to end up right here. And you can see behind me here is a giant raindrop depicting the fact that Vancouver is in a rainforest. However, the joke that everybody always makes about it is somebody stuck the pin in the map upside down. And now here we are walking along in the ocean side of the convention center. Briefly, when I first moved to Vancouver, I actually lived right in this area. And just about every evening I would come down here, sit on a bench, have a coffee, and watch all the lights over behind me there in North Vancouver turning on. It's actually a very nice sight at night. So I can take you straight to our destination, but I think I'm going to get a few of my steps in walking up these stairs for a different vantage point. So there we go. We have the Olympic torches, and on the same area over there is our destination, which is the Pixelated Whale. So let's wander on down there and take a look at it up close. So looking at the roof of these buildings is one of the other interesting things about Vancouver, and even the roof of the building right here. These are called living roofs because they plant plants on it, grass and other things. As you can see over here, they're doing a little bit of work on this roof, but we're standing right now above a restaurant. So this is all the roof above a restaurant, which just kind of looks like a grassy field. Officially, this is known as the Digital Orca. And now just prepare for a little bit of a voiceover to tell you who made the sculpture and who owns the sculpture. There's not a lot of information about the digital whale online, so I will read what Wikipedia says about it. The Digital Orca is a 2009 sculpture of a killer whale by Douglas Copeland, installed next to the Vancouver Convention Centre in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. The powder-coated aluminum sculpture on a stainless steel frame is owned by Pavco, a Crown Corporation of British Columbia, which operates BC Place Stadium and the Vancouver Convention Centre. Well, there we go. That is what an 8-bit picture would look like in real life. The Digital Orca in downtown Vancouver. So I hope you enjoyed this little journey of coming to take a look at this piece of art. If you did, you know what you can do with the liking, the subscribing, and or the commenting below, because anything and everything you do is always greatly appreciated. And if you're not subscribed yet and you want to follow along on these little adventures that I'm going to be taking, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you possibly know of some other things in Vancouver or the area, of some interesting technological things, historical things that you think I should take a look at, well, then put that down in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. I guess that's all I have to say for today. I will see you next time.